Your stress isn't just in your head. I know you've felt it. The tight chest, the churning stomach, the mind that refuses to shut off at midnight, the jaw that stays clenched even when you're not thinking about anything. But here's what most people don't realize. Stress doesn't only happen to you in your mind. It gets stored in your body, it gets stuck, and when stress gets stuck in your body, it piles up faster than you think, wearing you down mentally and physically, day after day. You can feel it in your shoulders, you can feel it in your neck, you can feel it in the way your heart races over nothing. That's not weakness, that's your nervous system stuck on the gas pedal. The problem was never that you feel stress. Everybody feels stress. Life is hard. The real problem is that your body gets locked in stress mode and can't find its way back out. You see, your body has two switches. One is the gas pedal, one is the brake, and most of us, we have a gas pedal that works perfectly and a brake that barely gets touched. The goal is not to get rid of stress. That's impossible. The goal is to teach your body how to come back down, how to reset, and there is one nerve, a single nerve in your body, that is the master key to that reset. It's called the vagus nerve. And when you learn how to use it, you can calm your body in minutes, not hours. So I'm going to walk you through 4 ways to shut down stress, starting with that one nerve. Then I'm going to teach you a breathing trick that works in seconds. Then I'm going to show you how movement can literally clear stress out of your body. And finally, guess what? There are 3 T's that can support your nervous system. Are you ready? Let's go.
Okay.
Before we get to the nerve, let's talk about how your body is hardwired to handle stress. Because once you understand this, everything else clicks into place. You have 2 major systems that run your stress response. The first is the sympathetic nervous system. That's your fight or flight. It's ancient, it's wired into you from prehistoric times. Picture this, you're a cave dweller, and a saber-toothed tiger is staring right at you. What happens? Your sympathetic system lights up, your heart rate climbs, your pupils dilate, your focus sharpens, and your body floods with fuel, ready to fight or ready to run. Your stress hormones spike, your blood pressure rises, and every cell in your body gets the same message, danger. That's the system that gets you through a deadline, a speech, a difficult conversation. It's performance. It's not bad, it's essential. You don't have to be a pianist or an ice skater to need it. You just need to get something done. That's performance too. The second system is the opposite. It's called the parasympathetic nervous system. This is your rest and recovery system. It's the brake. It slows your heart rate down, it lowers the release of stress hormones, and it allows your body to repair itself, to restore, to heal. When you're in parasympathetic mode, your body is doing its housekeeping, it's digesting, it's repairing, it's rebuilding, it's healing your cells, calming your gut, and clearing out the waste products of stress. Now both systems are essential. You need both of them. Every single day, you face something stressful, and you need to rise to it. That's performance. And then, when it's done, you need to come back down. That's recovery. That back and forth is what we call resilience. The problem is not that you experience stress. The problem is that you have trouble switching efficiently from stress mode, sympathetic, back into recovery mode, parasympathetic. And over time, if you stay stuck in sympathetic, if you can't make that switch, it starts to wear your body down. It wears down your heart. It wears down your gut. It wears down your mind. It disrupts your sleep. It dulls your mood. It keeps your stress hormones running hot when there's nothing left to fight. Chronic stress is the kind of stress that can damage your health long term, both your mental health and your physical health. And most people don't appreciate how quickly that damage adds up. It doesn't announce itself with a bang, it creeps in with 1,000 tiny leaks. So let's talk about the fix, and the fix starts with one nerve. So, let's get to that nerve I promised you. The nerve that controls recovery from stress is called the vagus nerve, VAGUS. It's one of the largest nerves in your body, running all the way from your brain down to your heart, your lungs and your gut. And in your gut, it spreads out like a horse's tail, and it talks to your gut microbiome, your healthy gut bacteria. Your gut and your brain are literally connected by this single nerve. The vagus nerve is the command wire for your parasympathetic system. When you activate it, your heart rate slows down, your stress hormone release drops, and your body shifts from fight or flight into repair and recovery mode. It is the brake pedal for your nervous system, and here's the cool part. You can press that brake pedal on purpose. You can activate your vagus nerve very intentionally. Scientists even measure this. They call it vagal tone, and it's a real measurable marker of how well your body recovers. People with higher vagal tone bounce back from stress faster. People with lower vagal tone stay wound up longer. And here's the beautiful part. Vagal tone isn't fixed. You can train it. You can raise it. And everything I'm about to show you is exactly how you do that. Want to know how? You can do it with your breath, by making your exhalation longer than your inhale. You can do it by humming. Humming literally vibrates and activates the vagus nerve. You can do it by singing. I'm not going to sing for you, but you can. And if you're near a sink, splash cold water on your face. That cold shock activates the vagus nerve, slows your heart rate down, and tells your body, we're safe, come out of stress mode. Now here's the reality. In the moment you're stressed, most people don't stop and think, I should activate my vagus nerve right now. You're already overwhelmed. That's where a structured approach can make a difference. There are ways to directly stimulate the vagus nerve using controlled signals applied externally, right along the nerve on your neck. Wearable vagus nerve stimulators are designed for exactly that. Instead of trying to remember techniques in the heat of the moment, you can give your body direct, consistent cues to shift out of stress mode. And what makes this useful is not just the science, because the science is real, it's how practical it is. You can use it at the end of the day when you're winding down, or in moments when you feel stress building, or when you just want to interrupt the stress cycle with something very practical. If you deal with stress regularly, having a tool like this can make it much easier to activate your calm down, de-stress parasympathetic system through the vagus nerve. Whether you're using structured stimulation or simple body signals, you're working with the same system. You're pressing the same brake. So let's go deeper into one of the fastest ways to activate the vagus nerve, and that is your breath. You've heard the old saying, when someone is freaking out, people say, breathe, just breathe. Turns out, that actually works. Breathing is one of the fastest ways to influence your parasympathetic system, because the vagus nerve is directly wired into your breath. Every breath you take sends a signal up that nerve, and the signal you send decides which system your body runs. Here's a technique called the physiological sigh. This is how it works. You take a deep inhale through your nose, then you follow it with a second, extra short inhale, right on top, then a long, slow exhale. Inhale, top it off, and exhale. When you do that, you can feel the calming effect almost immediately. Let's do it again. Deep breath in through your nose, top it off with a second inhale, slowly exhale. Even doing that a few times, you can feel the tension in your body start to shift. That double inhale inflates your lungs fully, and a long exhale sends a signal up the vagus nerve that says, time to calm down. There are a couple of other tricks you can use. There's something called extended exhale breathing. You inhale for about 4 seconds, then you exhale for 8 seconds, twice as long on the way out. Inhale 4, exhale 8. That ratio is the signal. Your body reads a long exhale as safety. The longer you breathe out, the louder the message gets. We are safe, we can rest, we can recover. Here's why it works. Your vagus nerve is wired to your breath in a very specific way. When you inhale, your heart rate naturally ticks up a little. When you exhale, it ticks back down. That's the vagus nerve doing its job. So when you deliberately stretch out your exhale, you're giving that nerve more time to slow your heart, more time to lower your stress hormones, more time to pull your body back into recovery. You're not forcing anything. You're just giving your own biology the space to do what it already knows how to do, and you can also do this by simply slowing your breathing down. Instead of breathing fast, slow it down so you're only taking 5 or 6 breaths per minute. That's about 1 breath every 10 seconds. It sounds slow, but your body can handle it, and it will thank you. Now a quick note on how to make these stick. The secret is to practice them before you need them. Your nervous system learns by repetition, just like a muscle. So don't wait until you're drowning in stress to try this for the first time. Do it in the car before you walk into the meeting. Do it in the shower. Do it while you're waiting for your coffee. Practice makes the pattern automatic, so that when real stress hits, your body already knows the way back down. Here's the advice. Practice these little breathing techniques before you have a difficult conversation, before you give a speech, before you go on camera, or when you're lying in bed and your mind just won't turn off. These simple breathing exercises are a way to reset your nervous system. And it works. It really does. You should try it tonight. Most people don't realize they can control their stress response like this. You can. Your breath is the remote control, the vagus nerve is the receiver, and you just learned how to change the channel. Now, stress doesn't only live in your mind, it builds up throughout your body, and movement, exercise, can help clear that load. There are two effective forms of physical stress release. The first is called Zone 2 exercise. That's brisk walking, the kind where you can still hold a conversation, but barely. You're moving at a pretty good clip, heart rate elevated, but not gasping. This kind of steady, moderate movement is a direct signal to your nervous system that you're safe, that you can come down. It's movement that doesn't ask anything of you, except that you keep moving. The second form is controlled strength training. These are slower, deliberate movements, lifting with intention, not ego. And gentle movement like yoga or Pilates, especially when you pair it with breathing, is super helpful too. Here's what these slower movements do, that fast ones don't. They force you to pay attention to your body. They pull your mind out of the future, out of the worry, out of the to-do list, and back into the present moment, into the muscle you're using, into the breath you're taking. That focus is itself a form of calm. It's moving meditation, and your nervous system feels the difference. Now, you might say, well, what about working out? Doesn't hard exercise help? Yes, it can. But here's what you need to know. High-intensity workouts do have benefits, but they first add stress to your body before your body gets to lower it back down. So if you're already overwhelmed, it's probably better to restore your balance first, with a brisk walk, with breathing exercises, those kinds of things, rather than pushing yourself into the gym and thinking that if you do more, you'll feel less. You want to get balance first. Movement is a way to drain the stress tank, and the best part, you don't need a gym, you need a sidewalk, you need a pair of shoes, and you need 10 minutes. And now for the last way to lower your stress response, the one people don't think about. It has to do with something you can consume. It's tea. You've heard a lot about green tea, and most people know that green tea is healthy. That's because it contains bioactives called catechins, and a substance called L-theanine. L-theanine is a calming compound. When it enters your body, it produces a mild calming effect. 1 cup of green tea contains about 20 to 60 milligrams of L-theanine, so 1 cup gives you a gentle calm. 2 or 3 cups can create a noticeable sense of calm and better mental focus. And here's a little known fact. L-theanine increases alpha brainwave activity in your brain. That is the same brainwave pattern you see during meditation. So when you drink green tea, you're activating your brain with the same patterns you get from meditation, a meditative state, from a cup of tea. That's another calming technique in a mug. And here's the beautiful part about tea. It doesn't hit you like a hammer, it doesn't sedate you, it doesn't fog you up. It just quietly turns the volume of your stress down, a notch at a time, while it keeps your mind clear. That's the difference between calming and numbing. Tea calms, it doesn't numb. Here's another tea, lavender tea. Lavender contains a natural bioactive called linalool, Linalool, and linalool reduces stress signaling in your body. Lavender tea also works through aroma. Even the smell of lavender can begin to reduce stress before you take your first sip. 1 cup of lavender tea has a mild calming effect, and 1 to 2 cups can take the edge off a stressful day. And here's another one, chamomile. You've heard of chamomile tea. People say, drink some chamomile tea to get to sleep. Well, guess what? It actually works. Chamomile flowers contain a bioactive called apigenin. 1 cup of chamomile provides a gentle calming effect, but 2 to 3 cups a day can support relaxation and better sleep. Apigenin interacts with the calming pathways in your brain, similar to the way some medications do, but it does it much more gently. The point is, tea doesn't overwhelm your system, it gently nudges you in the right direction, calmer, more relaxed, more ready to sleep. This is how de-stressing adds up. A cup of tea every day, a brisk walk every day, a few minutes of breathing every day. Little by little, your body learns how to come back down, and that's the whole game. Not one big dramatic change, but 100 small gentle ones that stack up into resilience. So let's put it together. Whenever you feel stress rising, start with your breath. Breathe in for 4 seconds, breathe out for 8, or do the double inhale, top it off, and a long steady exhale. Keep doing that, and you'll start to calm down almost immediately. You're activating the vagus nerve, and you're shifting your body back to rest and recovery. Then, don't forget movement, get your baseline back down, go for a brisk walk, to the point where you can barely hold a conversation. If you're walking alone, you'll know it, you just can barely talk. If you're walking with somebody, they'll definitely know it. And then tea. Drink green tea during the day for calm focus. If you don't want caffeine, drink it earlier in the day. When you hit those punchy moments of real stress, reach for lavender tea. Even the aroma will start to calm you down. And in the evening, before bed, drink chamomile tea. 2 to 3 cups. It will help you wind down, relax, and get to sleep. When you combine all these approaches, you are no longer a victim of stress, you are controlling how your body recovers. That's the key thing. You're not avoiding stress. You're countering it, and you're getting your body to reset itself. Remember, the goal is not to eliminate all stress. That's impossible. Life is hard. The goal is to build a body that can actually handle the stress and recover quickly. These tips are all about recovery, repair, and resilience. This is how you build resilience against stress that doesn't let up. And that resilience, once you build it, stays with you. It becomes the way your body responds, not just on good days, but on the hard ones too. Before you go, if you've learned something useful here, hit that subscribe button and help us grow. And if you know somebody who's struggling with stress, who can't seem to get over it, please share this video with them. I think it'll help. I'm Dr. Sophie Hale, and I will see you in the next video. Dr. Hale out.